At this moment, I would love to hear from us who are on the call. So if you're on the call, just connect, unmute your microphone and say hi to us. Joy, we'd love to hear from you. Okay, Jane, Samuel, Emmanuel, you're also on the call. Would love to hear from you. Unfortunately, you cannot speak, but you're on the call. So if you have some challenges, just give us a text in the chat. For those who cannot speak, you can just send us a text. Yes, Joy, we have heard from you. Hopefully you are doing fine. Okay. I really love this lesson to be interactive, and I will humbly request all of us to participate in all ways. Okay, we should participate. So Joy, at a point you may have to unmute your microphone and say something to us, whatever you'll be seeing on the screen. In case you have an addition, in case you have something you know about it, just extend it to us. Then also, Chain Emmanuel would request you to allow your internet to access what? To access the microphone. Yeah, and more people are joining in. You're all welcome. Let me start off by sharing my screen. Okay. Yes, I think all of us, we can see this. And basically, we welcome you back to our online classes. And the main reason we are offering this out is for you to be blessed in this period where lessons are, where schools are closed. You just keep up reading and studying. And this is Yaaka online class. And here we are on our free online lessons. But more to this, I humbly request all of you who have not yet subscribed to our courses, to our platform. We really encourage you to do so because a lot of services are with us. China, I can see you now, your microphone is on. That's really good. And Jonathan, you have just joined, but you should allow your microphone to access your Zoom and also use Wi-Fi or cellular data. So that's a setting that is just on your gadget, somewhere down there. So yes, I was still saying that it is really good for us to be on this, and it is very important that we can still study and continue having our lessons. Basically, more to this, this is Yaaka Digital Network, and we are here to give you these lessons from P1 to Senior 6. So again, I was still saying out that I will encourage all of you to subscribe. Convince your parents and let them know that this is something good you should be part of in detail. And some of our services are here below on your screen. We have the online classes that are for 500,000, that is one full year subscription. You access content on our website and teachers interaction, whereby we mark you, we give you more guidance one-on-one, and we get to assist you in all ways so that you can be prepared for your exams and your moment when we are back to school. There's also downloading the content we have created, and for a single subject in primary, it is a single subject is 10,000. All subjects for secondary, that is 50,000. And this is on www.yaaka.cc and the Educare, www.educare.bz. So more to that, also we have these services on Educare whereby you pay per month, quarterly, and half a year, then also annual. That is 1 year platinum, and the numbers there, they're the ones you can contact for more information about this. But that is good. More to this. My name is Muhindo Joshua, and I'm your art teacher. But again, there is my contact, and that is my contact and my email address. Okay, so my email address, in terms of if you want to send your work to me, you can use the email address, and in case of any communication, you can use my phone. But it is really good that we are together with us. You are together with us. So Emmanuel, you are sharing. You have allowed your screen, your video to be on. I will request you to stop the video. But more to that, you can unmute your microphone and you say hi to us.
Hi.
How are you? Okay, good. We have heard from you. Good, you have heard from you. That is really great. And okay, yeah, just let us continue. And here, basically, I want us to. That is my email and my contact in case of anything you want to know more about our services and about art. But yeah, join the Yaaka art department, and this is one of our assignments that was sent in to us by one of us. So in the previous lessons, we had the poster human figure drawing. We basically, you can just follow them up and they start liking them. Also read them, watch them, and you will get what you missed. Everything is recorded, and for the purpose of those who may not be with us right now. We have seen Tendo, you are on the call. Welcome, and in case you have something to say, just greeting us. We give you this opportunity before we go ahead. Yes. Okay. So basically, from us all who are there, and I would love to hear from us guys. If you have been joining, if you have been part of this lesson for the previous weeks, we have been carrying out these lessons, and you have never submitted in any work, and you have the work with you, it is good to hear from you if you have the work, and if you don't have, still it is fine. But more to this, if you have the work,
Alison. I'm better.
we sorry about that. Please, if you are not you are to speak, just raise up your hand, and I'll be able to see you that you want to give us extending a word by allowing you to speak. And Lubega, I would request you to stop sharing your video. Just stop the video, and also Tendo, I Anisha. Yeah, I request all of you guys to stop sharing the video so that we can continue with that lesson, because it tend to occupy and consume data for those who are not sharing the video. So let us have that in mind. And I was still saying that in case you have work of art that you did, basing on the previous lessons we had, I'm really excited and want to get a look at it, and I can guide each of us accordingly. Okay, we had some assignment in imaginative composition, we had some assignment in graphics, and that was dealing with poster. We had some assignment with the human figure drawing, and more to that we had some assignment with imaginative composition. We had more assignment in still life drawing and nature and human figure. So in case there's no one who is there, Joy, do you have something to say about the work we did? Chaine Emmanuel, do you have something to say about the work we did, the previous lessons we had? Okay, all of us, in case there's nothing, I would love to still be hearing from you. So if you can hear me, just send something in the chat, or yes, China. China Emmanuel. China Emmanuel, your microphone is on. You have something to say?
No.
Okay. China Emmanuel, your microphone was on and your hand is up, but we have not heard from you. In case you have something to tell us, just say something, then we should see. Okay. And more to that, let me just continue with our lesson. Joy, is there anything you have to say? Okay, Joy, she says no. Uh, Tendo, you have something to tell us? Okay, wow.
No.
Okay, now let's just continue. I've heard from most of us who are on the call, but more to this today, basically our lesson was drawing and painting, and we are basically going to just have a brief overview of perspective. Perspective is very, very, very key, and it is very important in the life of an artist, but more to that, it is a general, a natural law that applies in everything and how we see it. You may not be an artist, but somewhere, somehow, you have seen perspective happening somewhere, somehow. And I believe we have something to say about perspective, because it is not a new word to us. I think from senior one, we have been having it, because it is a principle of art. And the fact it being a principle of art, it means that it is very, very important. It is very, very important in the creation of art. That is very key that I want us to know. More to that, I would say that perspective is very simple. Though students tend to look at it to be hard, but what I can let us know is that the more we try out doing it, the more we put to ourselves the practical bit of it by drawing and continuously doing it, we get to become better and better and better. Yeah, just for those who are still joining in, there is a survey we are carrying out, and we would request you to extend your numbers in the chat box. Okay, if you can chat, if you can text, just extend in your number and also your name. We are using this for academic purposes and for better monitoring of how we can serve you better. So just do that as we continue with our lesson. Mercy, you have joined in, you're most welcome, and we're happy to be with you. So basically, drawing and painting, and we are looking at perspective. So anyone to tell us what they know about perspective as a word? Is there anyone who has something to say about perspective? Yes? Anyone who has something to say about perspective? Yes, Mercy, you have extended your number. That is good. And to the rest of us, please keep on doing so. Or just extending your number and your name for better monitoring. And this is used for academic purposes. Yeah, but to that, is there anyone who has something to say about perspective? Okay, let's just continue. Basically, a linear perspective is one of the type of perspective, but in simple terms, I would say that perspective, this is how the eye perceives object as they receive from the viewer. So the closer you are, something will be big, okay? The closer you are to something to the big, but as you go far away from that object, you will tend to see it very small. There is a saying in Uganda that akasajja katono kanyomera mitala. So if you see someone from very far, you may just minimize and say, that guy, that is he's a tiny man. But as they come close to you, you realize that, hey, this is a giant and a big guy. So perspective is all about that. And in drawing, we tend to create that illusion of three-dimensional perspective based on our eyes on how we see the environment on paper. And if you stand on a straight road, okay, from very far, you will see that it is going on becoming smaller. If you stand at the Mapera building and you make your put your eye up and you try to see the top part of it, you will realize that it's very small. If you are around outside the city, but you can see those big buildings, sometimes you may think that they are smaller than you. But when you go close to them, as you turn to extend yourself close to them, you realize that they are bigger and bigger and bigger. So perspective, that's all about. And we have three types of perspective. Well, not even three, but more to that, we have also the fourth one. But the main ones for our level of education, we consider linear perspective, that's the first one, and it is the basic. Then we have 2-point perspective, we have 3-point perspective, we have aerial perspective, we have aerial perspective, and we have atmospheric perspective. And all of these tend to appear in our works depending on what we are drawing and how we are drawing it. Perspective is very key, and I want to let you know that it is going to be asked in your papers, okay? In your exams, it is always asked because it is very important, very, very, very important. Yeah, so more to this, let me just request one of us to read to us the slide that we are seeing here. Mercy, I will request you to mute your microphone and just read what is on your screen.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Linear perspective is a system of creating an illustration of depth on a flat surface. All parallel lines orthogonals in a painting or drawing using this system converge in a single vanishing point on a composition's horizon line.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, yes, as you have said, it is a system of creating an illusion of depth. So an illusion, the word illusion is basically something that is not real, but you create it, okay? Something that is not seen, but you create it. And depth, sometimes it is very hard to be created on a two-dimensional paper. You get me? Depth is very hard to be created on a two-dimensional paper. So when you create depth on a paper, we tend to see distance on that paper. That is all about depth, creating distance on a paper. So you are creating an illusion of distance on a flat surface. Are we together? A flat surface is flat, is plain and flat. But perspective is where we create the depth and distance in a two-dimensional paper. All lines and that is the other system convey in a single vanishing point on the composition's horizon line. And basically, Lubega, your microphone is on. Do you have something to say to us?
No, not really.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Then basically, and we are going to go before extending some of the images we have on the screen. We are going to go through the linear perspective terms. There are some words that are really of good for us to get to know, and these are also very key. They are often asked in papers. The horizon is the first term that I want us to get to know. And I would request Rebecca to just read to us what is on the slide.
Okay, so it's like the horizon is the line for which the sky meets the land or water below. The height of the horizon will affect the placement of the vanishing points, as well as the what?
The
The sensing.
Yes, okay, thank you so much. Basically, the horizon, thank you, Vega, for that input. I do really appreciate. And what I can say to this is that, yes, horizon is the line for which the sky meets the land or water. And basically, if you stand straight and you look at the ground in one direction, if you are close to a flat area, and you just stand straight around your home, you realize that the horizon line is where the sky is meeting the land, okay? And just because of due to construction and the development, it may not be really seen because you may be obstructed by buildings that are around you. But if you critically stand straight and look direct where your eyes are viewing direct to an area before you, realize that that is the horizon level. In other words, the level of your eyes when you look direct, not looking up, not looking down, but when you just stand and look direct, that is the horizon line. And it's where the sky meets the ground. It is very key for us to know this terminology in a perspective, because it will guide us how objects are going to be formed out, okay? Yes, the other one we have the vanishing point, and I would request Chaine, Emmanuel, you are on the call. I would request you to read to us what you are saying. Yes,
Okay. You see,
okay, okay. Unfortunately, Chaine's network is not good. We can't hear you very well. You are breaking off. We have Gabe on the Gabi on the call. Is it okay for you to read to us what you are seeing on the screen? Okay. Amira, can you share with us?
The vanishing point is the place where parallel lines appear to come together in the distance. In the picture below, you can see how the parallel lines of the road recede and visually merge to create a single vanishing point on the horizon. A scene can have a limitless number of vanishing points.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you very much. On the vanishing points in the image below here it is. You can see that the vanishing point, just basically looking at the word, hearing the word vanish, it is just vanishing, disappearing. And vanishing point is where parallel lines tend to meet. So this is what we are trying to talk about when we talk about perspective, is that the horizon line is where we have the vanishing point, and you can see our yellow lines are going up to somewhere and they're meeting. So here is where the sky is meeting the ground. But because there is some obstruction of trees in the background there and the hill, we may not really see the sky and the ground meeting. But if you critically look at that line, you realize that, okay, that's where it is. And the vanishing point, as our dear one has read it out to us, that is a place where parallel lines appear to come together. It is very key. Parallel lines appear to come together. These two yellow lines are parallel. Okay, if they are viewed from the sky, from above, you will see that they are parallel. But because of perspective, okay, from one direction, we tend to see them coming to merge together. As you can see, the way it is moving here, it goes and they meet. So it is very, very, very key. Parallel lines appear to come together in a distance. In the picture, so visual merge to create a single vanishing point on the horizon. Where they merge is the horizon point is where they merge. So we had that, and yes, we have all understood what we mean by, and if you want to volunteer and read it to us. Someone in the chat says, yeah, my network is my network. So someone extended that the network is not really good. And for those who are reading the chat, I would request you to address what is there. And basically, we had requested you to extend in your for better preparation and the monitoring, and also more to that, I want to get one of for us. Mercy, can you volunteer and read for us what is on your screen?
The ground is a plane in the horizontal surface below the horizon. It could be land or water. So,
Okay, thank you so much. The ground plane is a horizontal surface below the horizon, and it could be land or water. And as you saw, you see here, the ground plane is the surface that you see there, horizontal surface below the horizon. So let us say that our horizon is here. Let me just get in some tools to help me. Let me use, this. Let me try to show. We say that our horizon is around here. Sorry. We say that our horizon is around here. Anyway, I'm trying to create a nice line, but it was impossible. But basically what I'm saying is that below here, the road is the ground plane, okay? And above the road, it is the sky. So the ground plane is very key. And if we are going to be drawing landscape or any drawing or imaginative, we shall have really to consider the ground plane. How do you achieve the ground plane, and how can you place objects on a ground plane? It is horizontal, it is not vertical. In other words, for you to achieve it very well, lines should go vertical. So just those are very few sketches I'm trying to create on this. But more to that, I think we have clearly understood what I'm trying to talk about. And we have been discussing the ground plane. You have something to say? Then the orthogonal lines are lines which are directed to a vanishing point. In simple terms, they are the parallel lines of, for example, the railroad's tracks. For the word orthogonal actually means right angle. It refers to right angles formed by lines such as the corner of a cone shown in perspective. Basically, this was trying to explain what I was saying in the first slide, that the parallel lines are the same as orthogonal lines, whereby they meet. And you can see here they have created an effect of a cone, just because here they are big and they are residing to a pointed area, which is the vanishing point. That pointed area where there are these two yellow colors meet is where that's our vanishing point, and it is found meet or separate. Yeah, then here is a small image that try to discuss some of the things you have been talking about, and with an example of a railway line. We see that the horizon line is where the parallel lines meet, and the point where they meet is called the vanishing point. You get me? And the road, everything meets at the vanishing point. That's what I can say about this. And in case we have something to add on to this, I will open up the microphone very soon so that we should discuss more of it. Someone is saying, I'm not seeing anything, sir. Oh, you are not seeing anything? But if you, is anyone seeing something on the screen? Or it is not clearly seen? Mercy, can you see something on your screen?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay, I think it is the network problem that is trying to disturb our dear friend Joy. Yeah, but thank you so much for that. It is very clear, and hopefully now you can see. But Joy, you can also still text in the chat if you can hear my voice. Okay, so as we continue, I was still talking about the horizon line, which we discussed first, where the sky and the ground tend to meet together, and it can easily be achieved when you stand straight. Joy is saying that she can hear my voice, and yeah, we don't know what is the cause of that, but my screen can be seen by your colleagues. So I think it may be a connection problem. We pray that it gets better very, very soon. Yes, vanishing point, when you stand straight and observe directly at what is before you, you get to see the line where the sky meets the ground. I say once again said we may have, yes, once again, as I said, we may have some obstruction from this. Chene, you have sent me a private message and you are asking me if we can draw it. Yes, the reason why I'm bringing out these images so that you can give out a try, okay? Give out a try and try to show us. After you have done this that is on the image on your screen, I would request you to go beyond and go in your environment around you. Try to see where are things that are showing us perspective. How are objects residing from me as they go very far from me? You may realize that trees that are close to you are bigger, tree posts that are close to you are bigger, but as they go beyond you, they become smaller. That is the principle of perspective, and that's what we're discussing today. So I really recommend you to draw, because this is art, and the art is all about drawing. So we should draw whatever we can draw. And in relation to what we have started today, I would really love to get some of your works on my email or my WhatsApp number. But for those who have not yet addressed one of our concern, that you should send in your text, your phone numbers on the chat group. It is really very important for better monitoring and the preparation, so that we can have a dialogue with you more and more. So that is all about it. And they just know it is going to be used for academic purposes. So in case you're on the call and you have not yet sent in your number with your name, just do so. Just go in the chat and text your phone number and your name. Yeah, basically, I think I've answered some of the questions that have been raised. And I would really take up this opportunity to thank you for listening and being active and actively participating. But again, this is the point where we want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys on what you say about what we have studied, what you think is of interest, what do you need on clarification, and how better we can help you out. Yeah, so the floor is open in case you want to be clarified on something, in case you have a question, in case you have something to say. Just give it out right now. Thank you so much. I'm really privileged and glad. And this is me, Muhindo Joshua. So the microphone and the floor is open for all of us. Yes, anyone has something to say? Or I choose randomly? Yes, Mr. Cheyune. Mercy, do you have something to say about what we have been studying?
No, sir. I came in a bit late, but the lesson was okay. I've understood. There is no problem.
Okay, thank you for that. Mira, you're on the call. Do you have something to say about the lesson? Rubega, you have something to say?
No, sir, I don't have anything to say. I've understood.
Okay. Joy, do you have something you have studied and what is of interest to you? Okay. So basically, what I would love to extend to us all is that in the beginning part of the lesson, for those who missed, I was basically taking us through the works we did previously about art, and yeah, and I was saying that we have so far carried out almost, there are now 4 lessons, and some of you have been attending the previous lessons. So I was saying, in case you have the work you did for the previous assignments, I would really love to get them, and you can extend them to me on my email address, which is on your screen right now, or my WhatsApp contact. Currently is not active, but yeah, because of some issue, my phone just got some challenges yesterday evening, but I'm going to rework on it, and by today evening it will be better. It will be okay. Yeah, so just by email, you can use my email to extend in the work you did, and more to that, in case you have the work, you do so. But in case you missed out the lessons that we did previously, because we had one about imaginative composition, we had one about still life drawing and the human figure, we had also one in the graphic designing. So this one is where we have repeated drawing, we dealing with perspective. So in case you have the work and you have it right now, you would want to extend it to us, it is okay. But in case you don't want to extend it to us, just inbox me on my email, and I will give you feedback, and I'll give you guidance. I will give you on how you can make it better. This that you are seeing on your screen was one of the assignment, and one of you designed this poster for us. That's why I am really privileged and gladly use it on my lessons now, because it is really good, the Yaaka art department. In case of you guys who have some assignments you did and you want to extend them to me, I'm really welcoming them. Then more to this, I would really say that we should do what? We should have time to create work. Okay, where you are at home, you have some assignments you have to do, just spare your time and do the assignments you have to do. Okay, don't just basically be on the call and listen in, but you don't extend in your work, because it is really good get to know more about it. And for those who have not yet subscribed, please, I recommend that you subscribe to our services, because we tend to have an in-depth discussion and in-depth interaction, teacher on learner and teacher, and you get access to our lessons more and more. So in simple terms, that's what I can say. In case there's nothing more to talk about from you guys, what you have to say, I humbly request us to end this meeting. But before that, I would love to hear us guys saying that everything is well. Just in perspective, and we got the general terms that are involved in perspective, and in particular, linear perspective. It's all about creating an illusion of depth on paper, and we talked about the horizon line, which is the level where the eye and the sky and the ground meets the sky, they meet together. We also talked about the vanishing point. This is where parallel lines from the viewer tend to meet together. And more to that, we show this image that is showing us parallel lines, the yellow lines coming to meet. We also discussed the ground plane, which is the ground around the lines that are going to meet, and the orthogonal lines, that is also the parallel lines. But more to that, we had this image to summarize what we have seen. Yes, Jed, your microphone is on. You have something to say?
No, sir. I have nothing to say.
Okay, but is the perspective familiar to you? Do you have a clue to it? Is there anything you have missed out?
No, I know perspective, sir.
Okay, that's really good. I would love to get some of your works in the chat, in the group, also on my email address, in case you have created one about perspective, so that we can guide ourselves together very well. And basically, I said that is my email address in case you want to extend in a work of art to me. So yeah, if there is nothing, our time is fast spent. I'm going to let us end this call. Then we shall take on the conversation next time. Yes, Lubega.
Yes, sir. I was requesting,
Uh-huh.
like we might need this, like that slide that you have been studying about.
Yes, yes.
And can you process it to the group and we can review it? Like for me now, I have like 1 point perspective, 2 point and 3 point. I don't
Okay.
have the graph linear. So can I have the slide?
Oh, okay, okay.
Like,
Yeah, thank you for that. Yes, these slides are
they're
there
passing
for us.
it on WhatsApp or in the group.
Yeah, these slides are there for us. As I said, unfortunately, my WhatsApp number is down. I'm not on WhatsApp currently. My phone got some issues last night. But if you write down there the email, it is good if you write out that email and you send me an email. I will be extending on these slides to you. Yes, sir, everything is fine. And about the work for previous lessons, I don't have, because this is my first lesson. Oh yeah, sorry about those, but I said that we have a YouTube channel whereby we record these lessons. And if in case you missed out, just go on our YouTube channel. You will get to see all the lessons you missed. Where you see Senior 3 live class, you tap there and you realize, okay, this was all about art. This is about graphics. This is about, you will be able to see them when you go on our YouTube channel. That is Yaaka online classes. Yeah, and about to sending this to you, Rebecca. As I've said, you can just send me an email. Then I will be extending this work to you. and it will be in your group very soon. So that's all. And in case there is nothing more to discuss, I would request we end up this call. Thank you guys for being part, and I wish you a lovely day. Love you all.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Okay, have a good time.